Alright guys, here we are, we're back now. So, let's look at this one. So the first episode of this 9 to 1 GCSE Mathematics series, where I'm going to break down every single exercise. So, I'll be your guide. So, I'm the guy to tune into, okay? So, types of numbers. So, what do we have? So, in the world of mathematics, we're given quite a few types of numbers to learn. And the first one in this breakdown is going to be known as the integer. So, what is an integer? Well, actually, an integer is pretty much a whole number. So in other words, everything you learned in your mathematics class, it really is just a simple whole number. Okay, so an example of a whole number, literally 0, 1, minus 7, 365, pretty much any number that's whole, okay, that isn't a decimal, that isn't a fraction, that's what you call an integer. Okay, so another type of number, we also need to know that numbers could either be something known as a rational or irrational. So let's just think about our English class, okay? What do we have here? Oh god, I'm new to this one. Think of our English class. A rational literally means numbers or things that tend to make sense. So when we consider numbers, they usually come in types of fractions, okay? So rational numbers are usually fractions. So for example, a fraction such as half gives you 0.5. And what do we know? 0.5 is a terminating decimal. So any numbers that don't go into crazy digits, for example, 0.786, blah blah, these numbers are pretty much irrational. But rational have terminating values. Another example, let's just say 1/3. And this one is 0.333 ... And we can see that the sequence always moves in threes. This is another type of a rational number. So rational, rational. Okay, so numbers that end or we know the sequence are rational. Now suppose we didn't have a fraction and we knew the decimal was 0.17562. If I told you to guess the next number, well, you wouldn't know. It would just be 1 out of 10 chance. And this has no fixed pan. So because it has no fixed pan, we call it an irrational number. Okay, so this is pretty much the basics of types of numbers. So we have three types. An integer, which falls in this category. Rationals, which takes forms of known fractions, which give you fixed decimal points, with terminating, such as 0.5, or recurring, which we know. But irrational are numbers that have no fixed pattern. So yeah, this breaks it down for types of numbers. Okay, and key, yes, another type of thing that we also need to know that numbers such as square root 2 is not actually rational. Why? Because you get a ridiculous answer in your calculator. It's a number that doesn't make sense. However, numbers such as root 4 is rational, and also an integer, because the square root of 4 is 2, and this one is integer. So key point to also note here that integers also fall in the categories of rational numbers. Okay, so hopefully this kind of clears up any doubts. Now, the next part I'm going to look at also is going to be BODMAS. So tune in for the next sequence. Okay. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and please leave any comments below. So this is just a simple roundup. And if you want me to work on any particular problems, just give me a shout below. Anyway guys, see you soon. Ciao.